to another A-Level Computer Science video with me, Mr Goff, from MrGoff.com. This video will focus on Internet security. Firewalls provide a barrier between two networks, most commonly a private network and the Internet. They can be hardware or software based. They inspect packets that try to move from one network to another and determine whether they should be accepted or rejected. Packet filtering is also known as static filtering. With packet filtering, a firewall can be configured to accept or reject packets based on whether they are coming from or going to acceptable IP addresses, the protocols that are being used, and the port numbers that are being accessed. Stateful inspection goes beyond IP addresses, protocols, and port numbers and looks at the actual contents of a packet. This can include creating dynamic rules. For example, when a person requests a web page, a rule is created to expect some HTML content from that IP address. This way, ports can only be opened when necessary to prevent port scanning, which is where hackers try to find open ports to be able to attack a network through. A proxy server is a server that makes requests on behalf of a client. This way, the service which is requested does not know where the actual request came from. A proxy server can also maintain a cache of frequently visited websites that can be accessed without the need to go online. It can also be used to filter out undesirable requests, such as in schools if a student was to search for games or pornography. The Internet relies on encryption to keep data safe during transmission. Symmetric key exchange, also known as private key encryption, is where data is encrypted and decrypted with the same key. The key and the ciphertext must be sent to the recipient, leading to security issues because if someone intercepts both, then they can simply use the key to decode the ciphertext back into plain text. Asymmetric key encryption uses two separate but related keys. A public key, which can be accessed by anyone wanting to send data to someone and used to encrypt that data, and a private key, known only by the recipient, that can be used to open the message that's been encrypted with their public key. This removes the need to send a key along with the ciphertext to the recipient. If the ciphertext is intercepted now, it won't be able to be read. A malicious individual may send you data that is actually malware, encrypted with your public key that appears to come from another safe sender in the hope that you will open it. Digital signatures can prevent this. To create a digital signature, a sender calculates a hash total from the contents of the unencrypted message and encrypts it with their private key. The encrypted value and the message are then encrypted with the recipient's public key. The recipient then decrypts the package of the message and the signature using their private key. They can then decrypt the signature using the sender's public key. They then calculate the hash value of the decrypted message, and if it matches the decrypted signature, then the message comes from the true recipient and is not changed during transmission. Fake digital signatures can be made using a false private key and claiming it belongs to a trusted sender. Digital certificates can be used to verify that a public key is formally registered to the sender. These are issued by certificate authorities. A digital certificate contains a serial number, expiry date, name of the holder, copy of their public key, and the digital signature of the certifying authority. Connecting a device to the Internet increases the risk of encountering malware, such as viruses. Viruses self-replicate. This means they create copies of themselves on infected machines. There are many types of viruses, and most infect main memory, and therefore other files that are loaded into main memory while they're present. Viruses are often attached to other host programs and infect a computer when those programs are run by the user. A worm is a special subclass of virus. The primary difference is that a worm may infect your machine without the need for user interaction via a vulnerability such as unpatched software. A worm may also infect a user who clicks on an infected link. Worms not only self-replicate on your machine, but can often spread to other people in your email contacts list. Worms continue to self-replicate using up system resources until they slow or crash the computer. A user infected with a Trojan provides a malicious third party with a backdoor into their computer. This type of infection is likely to be hidden in another seemingly useful program. There may be few signs that the Trojan has been enacted after the program it is hidden in runs. The third party might use their computer access to harvest your personal data or to take over your computer and use it as part of a botnet, perhaps to send out malicious spam emails. Networks connected to the internet can help try to protect themselves from malware by having antivirus software, which helps to protect from potential threats of viruses, and will also these days cover spyware as well. Ensuring that their software is fully updated so that they have protection against worms that look to exploit system vulnerabilities. And probably most importantly, educating staff so they can identify potential threats and avoid social engineering techniques that might be used to try and gain access to the network. That brings us to the end of this video on internet security. Join me again soon when I'll be looking at TCP/IP. Use the resources at MrGoff.com to help you revise computer science. And until next time, it's bye for now.